Evening, I'm Susie Suh, in tonight for Pat Harvey.
And I'm Rick Garcia. Heartbreak and anger tonight in the high desert after a woman drowns in an aqueduct. Her family says the area is unsafe and her death never should have happened.
Well, the woman was driving near Maine and Escondido in Hesperia when her car plunged into the water. 3 others died in the same spot and the same way earlier this year.
And CBS 2's Dave Lopez is live in Hesperia tonight. Dave?
Same thing happened twice now in 6 months. Where I'm standing right off Main Street, as you explained, it is a straight thoroughfare in and out of Hesperia, and where I'm standing is just a few feet away from that main road. It's a straight road, nothing dangerous about it, no curves, no blind sections. This is the fence that the car went through, and it went into that aqueduct behind me, which had a current going. That is why the first responders, those first on the scene, could not get in. It was too dangerous. They had to wait for the divers. The family did not understand that, and to this right moment, they still can't understand it.
A little bit after midnight, and she says, "Mommy, I fell on the water." I said, "What water?" She says, "Mommy, with the car in the aqueduct."
Patricia Linares described the nightmare cell phone call she received from her 24-year-old daughter, Xanthel, as she was trapped inside her car in the California aqueduct.
And then she tells me, "Mommy, please help me." And then she starts screaming and yelling, "Mommy, help me."
And then, just before the phone went dead, this.
His last words says, "Mommy, I love you." That's it.
And the line cut off.
By the time the family got on scene, the car was already under the water.
Yes, I do blame them. My sister's dead because of them. Yes.
That's a pretty harsh statement to make.
No, it's not.
The family is irate over 2 issues. They claim slow response time from both the police and fire department in trying to save their sister, and the fact that the fence was not improved over an incident that happened 6 months ago, when a woman and her children fell into the same aqueduct in the same spot, and there was only one survivor, one of the children.
The original crossing was repaired according to state standards after the March incident.
Dan Sousa is the environmental projects coordinator for the city of Hesperia. No other city official would go on camera with us. This is the fencing that is said to meet state standards. Wire fencing, not secured by anything, barbed wire on top, steel post about every 15 feet, but in between, absolutely nothing. And over my shoulder, about 50 yards away, the aqueduct. You don't fault yourself. I mean, you, the city, when I say yourself, you don't put any blame on the city for this.
I am really not sure how to answer that.
My baby sister, she survived cancer. She survived a kidney transplant. She survived having glaucoma. She was going to graduate with her bachelor's degree this December and start her master's program at UCLA for social work.
I was just hearing those "Help me, Mom, help me." That was the only thing I was hearing.
And then the last words.
And the last words, "Mommy, I love you."
You're looking at the aqueduct, which appears very calm and very still, but don't be fooled by it. Water is released, and when water is released, it forms the current, and that's what happened almost at the same time that the woman plunged into the aqueduct last night. And again, as it was explained to me by the fire department, they got here very quickly. They realized that they needed professional divers to get in there because of that current. The divers got here within 30 minutes, they say, which in their opinion was excellent time, but it was too late. The car had already drifted about a quarter mile down, and there was no way to save the woman. And they had someone jumped in, even the professionals, they too might have died. Back to you in the studio.